Dawn had just broken over the whispering woods, the first rays of sunlight filtering through the canopy and shining upon the heavy, time-worn shell of a turtle named Theodore. He began his new day not with a leisurely breakfast, but with a familiar journey, walking around the forest to seek out anyone who needed help. Theodore's kind heart seemed to have a special radar, always tuned to the small lives in difficulty. He didn't just help the squirrel carry acorns, he carefully picked up the ones scattered in the most hidden corners. He didn't just bring branches to the birds, he meticulously selected ones that were sufficiently flexible and suitably shaped for nest building. Once, seeing old Mrs. Rabbit with her sore back unable to reach the ripe berries high up, Theodore patiently stood as a stepping stool, even though his legs trembled with fatigue. Each small action was imbued with deep care, stemming from a soul that believed helping others was the most natural reason for living. The woods loved that diligent image, but few truly saw the person behind those good deeds. When night fell, Theodore dragged his heavy steps back to his simple hut. The bustling sounds of the forest gradually quieted, just as the energy within him eventually ran dry. His heavy shell was now not just a physical burden, but also laden with the weariness and worries from the tasks he had performed all day. A small crack on his shell grew longer each day, silently aching with every move he made, but Theodore would only quietly find the largest leaf to cover it, not wanting to become a burden or a worry to anyone. His stomach was empty because breakfast was forgotten and the lunch he saved had been shared with the fledgling birds learning to fly. His breath was labored, more rushed than ever. Yet, at the mere sound of a hurried call, "Theodore, help me," every sign of fatigue on his face was instantly replaced by a gentle, warm smile. "I'm okay. What's wrong?" That reply became a familiar mask. He believed his worth was only acknowledged when he was useful, that kindness had to be unconditional giving, even if the price paid was his own peace and health. In silence, he gradually lost himself to become the sturdy shell everyone assumed he was. The sky over the whispering woods suddenly darkened with angry black clouds, heralding the arrival of a violent storm. The wind howled, sweeping everything away, trees swaying dangerously. In that chaotic scene, the slow but determined figure of Theodore kept moving tirelessly. He became the knight without armor of the woods. He used all his strength to prop up a fallen log, creating an escape route for a panicked hedgehog family. Without hesitation, he waded into the rising floodwaters, offering his back for terrified young squirrels to cross. Even when he saw a bird's nest teetering, about to fall, Theodore stood still as a supporting pillar, enduring the strongest winds and flying debris. Rain poured down, seeping into the cracks on his shell, making the pain more acute. His breath became rapid, fragmented, his legs trembling from exhaustion. But in the eyes of every animal running for shelter, Theodore remained the image of steadfastness and hope. He continued towards a large rock that had rolled right into the entrance of a fox's den, mustering his last bit of strength to push it away. It was at the moment he exerted his final effort that a sharp, painful crack sounded from his own body. The crack on his shell had shattered completely. The last strained smile could no longer be maintained. Before the horrified gaze of everyone, Theodore collapsed onto the cold, wet ground, motionless. The collapse of that silent pillar brought the entire woods to a sudden standstill. A silence enveloped the whispering woods, more abrupt and painful than the roar of the storm. All the animals, squirrels, birds, deer, rabbits, the friends Theodore had helped, froze when they saw the image of the kind turtle lying motionless on the muddy ground. Then they all rushed over, surrounding Theodore in panic. The little squirrel trembled as it touched the long, deep crack on the shell, a wound he had never revealed. The hedgehog family sobbed, realizing the most delicious leaves left at the entrance of their burrow throughout the harsh winter were all from Theodore's silent sharing. The tall deer felt stunned, recalling Theodore's weary but forced smile every time he helped it escape the muddy pond. In that moment, they realized a harsh truth. They had grown so accustomed to receiving his meticulous care that they took it for granted, forgetting that such a large heart also needed sharing and support. For the first time, they saw the real person behind the good deeds, a soul that was tired, lonely, and very much in need of love. After the storm, the whole forest acted together to rectify their mistake. They no longer sought Theodore for help, but focused on caring for him. The strongest animals gently carried Theodore back to his home. The most skillful birds sought out rare tree sap to mend the crack on his shell. Squirrels and rabbits collected the most delicious fruits and the most healing herbs, bringing them right to him. They took turns keeping him company, telling cheerful stories so Theodore wouldn't be lonely. During the days of gradual recovery, a young rabbit sat beside him and asked softly, "Brother Theodore, why did you never tell us you were so tired?" Theodore looked out at the sky clearing after the rain, his voice calm and serene. "Because I mistakenly thought that loving others meant having to sacrifice myself. I forgot that I, too, needed to be loved and protected just the same." That costly lesson was not just for him, but for the entire woods.